Welcome back to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett, and we're continuing going over the Wave 1 expansion, doing some unboxings of the D&D Attack Wing expansions. This time is the Hobgoblin Troop expansion pack. For those that don't know, D&D Attack Wing is a game by WizKids based off of Wizards of the Coast Dungeons & Dragons, the reinvigorated role-playing game that's celebrating, I think, its 40th year. Congrats, happy birthday. It's kind of seeing a huge resurgence right now, especially with their Tyranny of the Dragon storyline, which is what a lot of this stuff is based off of. So D&D Attack Wing, what it is, it's a pre-painted miniature game where you build your forces based off of points and battle your opponents. Sometimes you play some cool scenarios that are provided in each of these sets. So this is the Hobgoblin Troop. Let's read the back. The Zhentarim employ many followers, but few are as ruthless as their personal troops of Hobgoblin warriors, led by Amog the Shaman. With sophisticated battle tactics and rigorous battle formations, the Zhentarim warband is always eager to enter the fray and bring death to their foes. Today they have just an opportunity hired by Eshedra, the Blue Dragon, to transport goods to her new desert lair. The Zhentarim Hobgoblin warband lead an armored wagon through treacherous terrain. Just as the wagon begins to have trouble making it up a difficult hill, a band of exceptional highwaymen arrive to relieve them of their treasures. Among shouts to his minions to prepare themselves, but they are already ready. They've been itching for a fight since breakfast. Alright, so let's crack this open. And you can see what we got. This expansion comes with 12 cards, 35 tokens, 2 maneuver dials, 6 painted plastic figures with bases and adapters. Let's figure out, look at the figures themselves. Same setup as we have for the Elves troops, which is pretty cool. We have these nice 6 figures. Let's check them out. Really, really nice design. Trying to see if one stands. Yep, yeah. So we got the top one, just like in the Elves, is painted slightly different to make the figure stand out. But let's take one of the other ones. You can get a closer up look. Let's compare for size. Pretty much the same size as the Elves, which, as it should be. The Elves' base fell out. The Ballista. Frost Giant. And the Dragon. Let's actually see what you get. We're going to put them right back here. Put the Elves with the Elves. I don't want them fighting with the Hobgoblins. Looks like we get some special cards for scenario, which is kind of cool. Don't want to totally tear this plastic because I'm using it again to store things. Be smart like that. Alright, so we have a dial that fell out, but let's place the dial back. Not that big a deal, it's not that important. We've got this one that has the dial. The dial fell out. Looks like we also have a siege weapon amongst the other tokens. Now, what would be really cool is if we get some rules that we can use the siege weapon plus the fortification. Who knows? We'll kind of look through and see if there's possibly some of that. So the one dial is Hobgoblin Troop Ground, another dial for Hobgoblin Troop Ground. We have some bases with the Zhentarim Warband. And on the other side, a Hobgoblin Warband. And even more. Zhentarim Warband. The Hobgoblin Band. So we have enough for each of all the figures. plus some stuff to keep track of them, it looks like. So that's kind of cool. Let's go with the scenario first. So this one's Adventure 3.6, an uphill battle. Ashedra on the move, and she's paid the Zentarum to keep her least precious treasures to her, to get her least precious treasures to her new desert lair. To keep an eye on them, she sent along minions as a further escort. They're using an armored covered wagon for the transport, pulled by mindless stone golems. Maybe we'll be seeing some stone golems down the road. That could be kind of cool. And Sorcel to travel the route. The bad news is that the great strength of the golems is proving insufficient to get the monstrous wagon up this hill. The worst news is that they've got to encounter a force far more dangerous than your everyday highwaymen. Worst of all is the possibility of failing Ashedra. No one does that twice. So it looks like it's a cart. It's just a wagon token. I was hoping for some sort of war machine. A little disappointed, not gonna lie. Adventure setup. Players 2 components. 1 wagon, 6 structural damage tokens, Legion points 120, including the Zentarum Warband. Highwaymen 80 is shown in the diagram. Nice. So there's some special rules about the armored wagon, objectives, stuff like that, and some after the battle. Again, it's another scenario. You don't have to just go out and like beat the crap out of each other. You can actually play through a scenario, which I'm going to say is pretty freaking cool. We have movement, I think fairly similar to what we saw with the elf movement. Points. Let's look at the actual figures themselves. We've got 10 points and 19 points is between the two. The biggest difference is the 19.1's got a little bit better defense. During melee attack, you may reroll one of your blank results. So that's kind of cool. It's a 7th level figure. It's the Hobgoblin 1 band, Hobgoblin troop, versus the Zentarum band, War band, Hobgoblin troop. 9-point difference. Not bad. Kind of digging it. Alright. So let's go through the cards. Put all of the likes with the likes. Alright, so first up, we've got a Divine Spell. Prayer. Level 5 or above. Cost is 4, so that means only your Zentarum Warband will be able to use this one. So you disable... No, they can't even use this one. Never mind. Because they can't do spells. See, you gotta go buy this if you want the spell, but none of the figures in here can actually do spells. It looks like, I think. We'll learn more about that down the road. But yeah, so you disable this upgrade and roll +1 attack die and +1 defense die whenever you are in combat. So a nice attack bonus. That's kind of cool. Let's see. Let's go with the lowest one. Cost 1. Square formations. Combat. You must have at least 4 soldiers in your troop to form this attack. These soldiers must be arranged in exactly 2 lines, and each line must contain at least 2 soldiers. Make a primary weapon melee attack against any one creature at range 1 of your troop in any one direction. The target can be within range 1 of any soldier of your troop, not just your point soldier. Must be a troop to equip. Wedge formation. You must have exactly 1 soldier in your format. This is 3-point. And at least 2 soldiers in your back line to perform this attack. Disable this upgrade to make a primary weapon melee against every creature within range 1 to 2 in your forward arc. Creatures on the ground cannot direct this attack at creatures in the air unless the creatures in the air are swooping. Must be troop to equip. Sophisticated Tactics, 3 points. It's special. Disable this upgrade to perform an additional maneuver, which must be a green maneuver on your maneuver dial. +3 for non-hobgoblins. So we'll get this and get your hobgoblins moving a little bit quicker. Cost 3, Scatter. Discard this upgrade after a creature attacks your troop to prevent the creature from making an additional attacks during your troops for the remainder of this round. Nice way to take a hit and not take any more. Power Attack. During a primary weapon attack, you can change what normal hits to looks like crits for 4 points. Campaign Artifact. Cost 4. After you initiate an attack, you must discard this upgrade. You can place some tokens beside your troops. Must be troop equipment. Amog. Hobgoblin Shaman Leader. Cost 5. Oh, there we go. After add 1 additional spell upgrade to your troops' upgrade banner. So this is how you can use the spell. See? Spoke too soon again. Whenever you lose a soldier, you must roll 1 attack die, even if this card is disabled. If you roll... if you roll a hit, discard this card, and 1 upgrade of your choice, 1 spell upgrade of your choice must be an evil troop to equip. So there we go. We got some cool choices here. A little bit to have some magical Hobgoblin troops running around. There's a little bit for maneuverability, clearly some defensive stuff, some offensive stuff. It seems to be kind of what we're seeing for all the various sets out there. It gives you a little bit smattering when it comes to all the cards, and it's not just one thing. But I've noticed every single card that's in each pack seems to have some flavor that matches that set. So that's really, really solid. I'm digging that. So again, this is the Hobgoblin Troop expansion for D&D Attack Wing. It, again, is making the game a bit more varied out there, and you don't have to play the same thing over and over and over again. As always, this is Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. You can follow us every single day at graphicpolicy.com, our main website. We're also on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all at Graphic Policy. We keep it nice and consistent. Until next time, keep it geeky.